And I think we're good. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Bronson here. We are live on a Tuesday evening, as always. This is something that I started doing recently because my schedule changed, and it's kind of the only time I can fit something in to interact with you guys. So I like getting questions from you. We can talk about whatever you all want to talk about. Okay. This is an opportunity for you guys to run the show. All right. We have Instagram going up here. And on Instagram, you can't see, but we also have Facebook and YouTube going on down here. So I will try and respond to whatever questions you guys throw at me. If I don't have an answer, I'll tell you I don't have an answer. Hopefully I have a lot of answers and we can have a nice, good, in-depth discussion tonight. So tell me how things are going. As you come in, I'll say hi. Reggae Jams. I like it. What's going on? How you doing? SWW Wood is in. Divine Loving Spirit is in. Resolute Fitness LLC. I wonder what you do. How you guys doing? We don't have anybody yet on. Let's see. What Rollerblade Gal? What's going on? Let me close that. Hold on. How do I get out of here? Well, that close. There we go. Every time I try to scroll up and see who's logging in, my keyboard pops up on my phone. It's kind of annoying. Hey, we got a couple people watching on YouTube and Facebook. Type your name in there. Let me know that you're here so I can say hi to you. And if you guys have any questions, please ask. Okay. We can talk about fitness. You know, I love talking about fitness. Let's talk about what it takes to build muscle. Let's talk about, can you do exercise with no carbs? Any questions that you have about fitness, exercise, then let's do it. Okay. Hey, hello, Rollerblader Gal. Rollerblader Gal, I should say. Rollerblader. You know, I've seen your name for a while now because you follow me and I see you when you like stuff and everything. And I just realized that it's Rollerblader. I always just thought it was Rollerblade Gal. So, Marina Keto Traveler, how you doing? We got a couple people watching on YouTube and Facebook. Pop in, say hello. So I'm hoping somebody has some questions tonight. I know last week we had a lot of really good questions. I think we were on for almost an hour just talking about different things. So feel free to ask whatever things you got going on. I know there is a lot of different views. There's a lot of different information about the right way to do keto, the right way to do carnivore. And a lot of that stuff, honestly, guys, you can just ignore. Sorry, just ignore it. Okay. The basics. And when this is something that I really want you guys to, number one, go watch it when it comes out. And that is Reversed Season 3, the carnivore season. There's a bunch of influencers and coaches and people that are in this space. What's up, Michael? Who are experts in talking about different things on the show. And the overriding factor that you're going to hear from everybody, even though every single expert on that show does something different than the other. Okay. We all do things a little bit differently. Okay. The bottom line will always end up being stop eating crap, eat more animal meat, move your body. That's pretty much it. Yukon Cornelius, what's going on? I love that name. I kind of wish sometimes like my actual name was Yukon Cornelius. That would be amazing. Miss Unrefined Acres. I want to know what the story behind Unrefined Acres is. That's an interesting name. Mrs. Unrefined Acres. Carnivore Latina, what's up? Muhammad Raymond. Hey, Coach, do you think APOB is actually a good marker for predicting heart disease? Living the dream, Michael. I love it. Here's a question. Hi, Coach. Do you think APOB is actually a good marker for predicting heart disease? Not something I'm super up on, but I can tell you in my experience, I have not seen where it makes that much of a difference. That's all I can say. I'm not super, that's not something I've really done a lot of research on amongst the other things that I have. But APOB is one of those things, to me, it kind of falls into the LDL is bad, TMAO is bad, high H1C on carnivore is bad, all these different things, right? I think they can be something that indicates you might need to dig further. Okay. But I don't know if I feel like it definitely means something's wrong. If that answers your question at all. Okay. Because I know I definitely don't feel that way about TMAO. I definitely don't feel that way about high A1C if you're doing carnivore. C-reactive protein, absolutely I do. Now that's a good thing, Mike. I think if you're talking about like APOB with a high C-reactive protein and some other combinations, it's all about the combinations of things, guys. And that's probably the biggest thing about this response for you, Muhammad, is we tend to fixate on a metric. And many times there are very few metrics that by themselves mean something is wrong. Okay. Look at everything together. If your ApoB is high and everything else that you're looking at is fine, do you really need to worry? I can't say you do. Okay. If your ApoB is high, your C-reactive protein is high, your triglycerides are high, and that list starts getting bigger and bigger, and a bunch of other things are starting to get out of whack. Your hormone production is low. You got low testosterone, high estrogen. Who knows what other things could be in there? High liver enzymes. If all that other stuff starts happening, you might have something that you need to look at that's going on. Okay. That's kind of where I would go with that. In response to what we're talking about so far, Muhammad says, the plant-based doctors are clutching onto ApoB now after the LDL hypothesis has been questioned. Yeah. Again, I haven't seen anything that makes me worry about ApoB. That's where I'm at. Okay. So number one. Number two, there's a good chance that anything. Now, that doesn't mean we completely negate it just because plant-based doctors are saying it. Do the research. Look into it. Are the things that they're saying making sense in the big picture? Are the informations in the studies that they're talking about, right, making sense? Are they using good data? Are they just doing random stuff and, like the normal meat's bad, but we're also eating French fries and bread at the same time, right? Stuff like that. Like, look at the whole picture, okay? Michael's saying that Dr. Berry recommends C-reactive protein over ApoB as a marker for things going wrong. And I would tend to agree with that. I think C-reactive protein, inflammation in general is the culprit for most of these things. And C-reactive protein is a good test for that. Cool. All right. Thanks a lot, Mohammed. Thanks a lot, Michael, for the input. Jazzy Love. Esther, what's up? Cardio workout or weightlifting first, or does it matter? Okay. Are you talking about when you're getting started in your journey, Esther? Or are you talking about like when you go to the gym to do your workout for the day? Because two different things. My recommendation, let's talk about the first thing. Well, you know what? Let's just talk about both. That's why we're here. Let's talk about both. Okay. Let's pop the question up here. Okay. Esther's asking cardio workout or lifting weight first. Okay. If you are just getting started in your journey and you're trying to figure out, should I start lifting weights first or should I start doing cardio first? The answer is yes. Okay. Do something more than what you're doing right now. At some point in time, you want to combine the two. You'll need to do some type of cardio because metabolic conditioning is very important to our health. Okay. You'll also need to do some kind of weightlifting because lean muscle mass, range of motion, and the ability to move your body safely is very important to our health. Okay. You need both. So I would say whichever one gets you moving, and then as soon as you can, start doing the other one. Okay. That's kind of how that works. You, as early in your journey as possible, you want to combine cardio and weightlifting. Okay. That's where we stand on that. As far as in an individual workout, okay. Okay, so she answers the question, spin bike and dumbbells started. Okay, so we're talking about the specific, I'm going to start working out today. I'm going to go do my workout. What do I do first, cardio or weightlifting? It's usually recommended to do your weightlifting first, okay? Get your muscles, get that pump, get that hypertrophy going, get that strength stimulus, whatever you're doing, and then go work out. There have been some studies that show if you fatigue yourself cardiovascularly, it's a little bit harder to lift as heavy afterwards. Okay. So basically get the strength training in. And I think that's pretty standard for most places when you go, if you talk to a coach, you talk to a trainer, you may do a little cardio to get your heart rate up as a warm up, but it's not the workout. If you're going to do a cardio workout, either do it after you lift or do it on a different day than you lift. Okay. That's a great way to make sure you're not overtraining and overworking, is to mix those two together. So to have one day that's unrefined acres, that is a great question. We're going to have fun with that one. It's a great way to break up. So you do strength training one day, do some cardio the next day, do some strength training another day. That's a great way to do it. Another way to do it is to do what Mrs. Unrefined Acres is asking about. And she's asking about, are kettlebell swings considered cardio? Okay. Here's where we talk about, what if we stopped? Okay. So I just talked about if you're going to do cardio and weight training, which one to do first. Okay. The next level. Okay. And this is where, if you guys can grasp this concept, it's going to shoot you forward in ways that you never thought possible. Okay. Let's talk about the idea of function, movement, and energy systems combined into a single movement. Okay. Kettlebell swings are a great example. Functional movement. We're talking about shoulders. We're talking about hips. We're talking about core. Okay. We're doing it against weight. Kettlebells are heavy, and we're doing lots of reps. You can do 20. What happens if you do 20 kettlebell swings in a row? Your heart rate goes up. Okay. Now we're talking about throwing strength training, mobility, proprioception, muscle activation, and resistance training, cardio, all into one exercise. Okay. That is a great way to improve metabolic conditioning and build resistance training and muscle mass, all the things at the same time. So it is possible to combine cardio and resistance training at the same time in the same exercise. Okay. That is one of the reasons where CrossFit and programs like that are so beneficial, because you can get a stimulus across a broad range of time. I can do weighted work. I can do resistance training over a 30-minute, 45-minute, hour-long workout. I can do resistance training heavier and faster in 5 minutes. And the stimulus on my body is super intense for a short amount of time or moderately intense for a long amount of time. And I can vary what I'm doing, but I'm getting a broad range of effect on my body all at the same time. So I don't have to split it up and spread out. That's one of the reasons why you can do a CrossFit class in an hour or less and hit so many things and see such a benefit so fast, because you're doing so much in one time because you're combining it all together. So that's something to take a look at. Okay. All right, Michael, have a great time on your run. Michael's getting ready for is it a marathon or a triathlon? I forget which one, Michael. Whichever one it is, you're running a very long time, and I'm glad you're doing it, because it won't be me. All right. Unrefined Acres sounds like a place I'd like to go eat. Dude, that is an awesome idea, Yukon. Unrefined Acres, you need to open up a restaurant and name it your name. Seriously, that's I love that. I would totally go eat at Unrefined Acres. Carnivore Carissa, what's going on? Rita does treadmill first, then weights, then I end with the elliptical. Okay. That's a lot of cardio. I don't know how much you're doing, but all right. Let's see what we got here. Other questions. All right. I think we're good. Caught up on the questions right now. Coffee House, what's going on? You qualified for Boston. Awesome, dude. Michael qualified for Boston. Here we go. I'm going to put you up here. And everybody give Michael a shout out. Give him a high five. Say congratulations. He qualified for the Boston freaking Marathon. That's crazy. More power to you, man. Let us know. Let us know when that is. And we can Google when that is. But I'm assuming there's like something where you can track. You're going to have like a badge or something where we can track how you're doing in the race and stuff. So make sure you share that out and let us know. We'll put that out and say, hey, Michael's running. Everybody go track him and give him a high five or something. I don't know if there's any way to interact with the map as you're running, but that would be kind of cool to see where you're doing. Awesome. All right. Yukon, Mrs. Unrefined Acres said that thumbs up on opening a restaurant. So when you get that open, just let us know. We'll come visit. All right. What do we got here? We got any other questions? No more questions? Come on, guys. I know you all got to have some questions. We got more peoples on the Facebook and the YouTubes. What's going on, everybody? If you haven't already popped in and said hi, please pop in and say hi. Participant tracker, Michael says, for the race. That's awesome. When is the Boston Marathon, Michael? Mohammed, you already said hi, Mohammed, or unless it's a different Mohammed. Multiple, it is a different Mohammed. Hi, Mohammed. Different Mohammed. 2 Mohammeds on tonight. Anderson, South Carolina. What's up, Gene? All right, guys. This is all run by you guys. So if you have questions, let me know. Let me know. It might be a quick night. Kristen Fawcett just joined. What's up, Kristen? Melbourne. All right. Is it Melbourne or Melbourne? In the Australia. What time is it there? Wait, they're like 14 hours or something, right? So it's morning time for you now? It's like 10 in the morning? Something like that? All right. I'll let you guys hang out for a minute or two. I don't have any random things to talk about. I mean, I've always got random things to talk about. We can just pull up a topic. Hold on, you know what? Let's do that. April 16th is the race. This year's marathon is next Monday. Wow. Wow. All right, let's do this. Because we've only been on for 15 minutes, I am going to... Pamela Dobby just asked a question. Hello, training for a marathon and having trouble staying carnivore. Feel tired some days. Nutrition advice. Okay, Pamela, I don't know if you were on, but we just had a conversation with Mr. Michael, who is... Michael, you're mostly carnivore, correct? Just qualified for the Boston Marathon. So what I would suggest, Michael, you're in my Facebook group, right? Answer 2 questions. 1, are you mostly carnivore? And 2, you're in my Facebook group, yes or no. Pamela, if you're not in the free Facebook group that I have, go join that Facebook group. This is a great question to have a discussion. We won't be able to have much of a discussion here, but we can talk a little bit about it, okay? Common issues of carnivore for endurance athletes, okay? 1, what's up, Teresa? 1 is 80-20 carnivore, okay. Not eating enough, okay? Very likely you just need to eat more, a lot more than what you're eating, okay? Number 2, more electrolytes, a lot more electrolytes. Michael, just as an example, how much electrolytes do you have in a day, okay? And then also, how do you take electrolytes during your race or before and after? Or do you have any, carry anything on you that you take, okay? So the biggest issues that I see with people that are endurance athletes is not eating enough, not getting enough electrolytes, and 2, cheating with carbs because they think they need them. So they have them because it makes them feel better for a short period of time and never actually allowing themselves to 100% be fat adapted. Okay. You have to let that adaptation happen. It doesn't happen overnight and you have to be patient. Okay. Those are the 3 things that I see happen a lot. If you have more specific stuff, Pamela, that you want to talk about, hop in the Facebook group if you're on Facebook and we can have a discussion. There's other people that are endurance athletes. Yeah, see, if you're cheating with fruit and you're not getting much electrolytes, fix those 2 things and give yourself, I don't know when your races that you're training for, give yourself a good 90 days and see how things improve, okay? And by more electrolytes, I mean a lot more electrolytes. I don't know what you're getting now, but the average for most people is 3 to 5 grams of sodium per day. 3 to 5 grams of sodium per day, particularly if you are carnivore, okay? If you are an endurance athlete, if you are a CrossFit athlete, if you are a weight training athlete where you are doing strenuous activity on a regular basis, then that can go up to 10 to 12 grams per day based on your level of activity, how much muscle you have, what you're doing, how much water you expend, sweat, all that kind of stuff. So play around with more electrolytes and see how you feel, okay? Might make a huge difference. a huge difference. All right. See if that helps. Great question. Awesome. Not Serious Lee started following me. Hey, thanks a lot for following me, Not Serious Lee. Leslie Lutz is what? Leslie Lutz is on here. Leslie, what are you doing? Tell me, are you still driving back and forth between like 8 states to do your work and then do your realty stuff and whatever else? That is crazy. I can't believe you're still doing that if you're still doing that. Congratulations, Teresa, on getting 2 stripes on her BJJ belt. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She gave up running to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Can you guys believe it? I think that's awesome. I would totally give up running to do BJJ instead. 120%. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's take this one off. Hide current comment because we're done with it. Run on H2O and Element. Okay, so Pamela is another information, a little bit of information. Michael, the guy who is just qualified for the Boston Marathon, uses H2O, which I'm not sure what that is, and Element. Drink LMNT. It's pronounced Element, not LMNT, but I spell it out so people know what I'm talking about. Electrolytes when he's running. Okay. So a lot more electrolytes is usually the key. All right, let me pull up here. Let's pull up some random notes that I've got of things. So in case you guys don't know, I have random thoughts throughout the day, pretty much every day. And I use Google Keep to track them. I just have an idea and I write it down and it's there forever. So when I have times like this where nobody's asking questions, no, I'm kidding. You guys are asking great questions. I appreciate it. Oh, Oh my God. All right, guys, you all just witnessed this. Okay. Michael said, this is Michael's initial comment. Hold on. Sorry, Instagram, you don't get to see this because it's only on YouTube. Michael said, I ran his races. He runs his races on H2O and Element. I thought he was saying H2O as in some kind of product, like fuel product or something like that. So that's why I said H2O. I'm not sure what that is. He then replies with, H2O is water. So if Pamela, water and electrolytes is what he does during his races. Yes, I totally missed that you were just saying water when you said H2O. That's okay, Michael. Don't worry about it. Spirit Junkie. Let's see what we got here. I just started Ketovore. Okay. Found my channel today. It's hard to incorporate fat for me. Okay, let's see what this question is. Basically, just started Ketovore 1 month in. Okay, found my channel today. Thank you very much. Hey, nice to meet you, Spirit Junkie. It's hard to incorporate fat for me. Trying meats as best as I can afford. Long time type 2 diabetic. Shift is happening, but slow. Advice. Keep doing what you're doing and give it time. Okay. There is no rush. Number one. Number two, doing what you can afford, doing what you can fit into your budget, your time, your schedule, your willingness to change, all of those different things. As long as you're doing something to move yourself forward, then you're making progress. And that's a good thing. So don't sweat it. There's no pressure. Nobody is telling you how fast you have to go. You are the only one in control of your journey. So if you're seeing progress, then just keep doing what you're doing. Okay. If something stops and you get to a point where you're not seeing that progress, all right, then you can say, okay, what do I need to change? What do I need to tweak? I want to get back moving again. And then you can ask for help and talk to people and kind of figure out how to tweak it and get better. Okay. But when you're first getting started, don't rush it. There's no rush. If you can get to the point where you are seeing changes, doing things a little bit more each time, okay, whether it's nutrition, whether it's fitness, because that's another little tweak there that I'll tell you right now. Don't just rely on the nutrition. Start moving your body. Okay, that's probably the biggest mistake that a lot of people make. And I say mistake for dramatic effect than anything else. Doing anything is going to be beneficial, okay? But you will see a lot better and more consistent progress if you're fixing your nutrition and starting to learn how to move your body at the same time, okay? That doesn't mean going to the gym joining this big program and doing all these different things, right? That could just be walking up and down the stairs a couple times extra per day. Okay, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, right? Just combine the two and you'll see some progress. Spirit Junkie is asking about Element. Okay, LMNT, just look up drinkelement.com, drink LMNT, and you'll see great electrolyte product. Another great electrolyte product, in case you guys didn't realize, is Redmond Real Salt, because carnivore is better with Redmond. Okay, you guys can't see this because I'm not going to stand up, but carnivore is better with Redmond Real Salt. Redmond Real Salt makes a great electrolyte powder called Relight. All right, so check them out as well. If you guys go to any of the links in my YouTube channels, my YouTube videos, or my link tree on my Instagram, I have links to Drink Element. I have links to Redmond Real Light. You can get all that stuff there. Okay. All right. Great question. Thank you very much, Spirit Junkie. And let's see. Let's close that one. What else we got? We got more. All right. Michael's out the door. Take it easy. Pamela can join Rena's group. Yes, Pamela, join Rena's group. Rena 5-Minute Body. Go check her out. I want to do a 24-hour fast. What advice do you have? Fast now. I don't eat after 6 o'clock p.m. and break my fast 11:30 p.m. My question is why? What good is fasting going to do you other than prevent your body from getting nutrition? Okay. I am not a proponent of fasting for a couple of reasons. One, fasting on purpose is not something that is easily maintained and sustainable. Okay. We don't need to do it. Really, that's the biggest thing. Okay. The benefits that you get from fasting can be found by being ketogenic. Ketogenic, guys, please listen to this. A ketogenic diet is a fasting mimicking diet. Just by going ketogenic, eating whole foods, animal-based, low to no carbs, and plenty of fat is going to mimic the effect of fasting on your body when it comes to autophagy, when it comes to being ketogenic, all those things. Number one, the ketogenic diet is a fasting mimicking diet. Number one. Number two, if you are including exercise in your journey, you are getting every single benefit from the exercise that you would be getting from fasting, and you don't have to starve yourself to do it. In fact, you could probably eat more because you're exercising. So if you don't want to fast, if you want to get autophagy, if you want to get BDNF, brain-derived nootropic factor stimulation, if you want to get better digestion, if you want to improve your lymph function and immune system, if you want to improve lean mass, if you want to improve mitochondrial efficiency, mitochondrial density, mitochondrial longevity, okay, all of the things, if you want to improve hormone production and hormone activation, all of the things that fasting does for you, exercise does for you too. Guess what? You also get improved strength, improved endurance, improved range of motion, improved mobility, improved quality of life from day one. Okay. So, Gene, my recommendation to you is to not even worry about fasting. Make sure you are ketogenic, getting the nutrition that you need, and start moving your body and see what happens. You will be greatly surprised. Okay. Let's see. That's my recommendation. I'd love to see if you decide to do that, Gene. And if you do that, what happens? All right. Let us know. All right. What do we got here? Hyperclocked 9. Ooh, hyperclocked. Are you into PCs? Be curious to know. Training 4 times a week in the gym. Let's see what we got here. All right. Training 4 times a week in the gym. Want to add in sprints. Don't know how to program it. Like how much distance and sets of it. That we could get into a whole bunch of things because it kind of goes into what your goals are, what you're currently doing in the gym, and things like that. My recommendation really would just be take a day that you would normally do. Again, I don't know what you're doing, but if you're training 4 days a week, take your 5th day and it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot. You can do 6 to 8 sets of 40-meter sprints, right? Sprint 40 meters, take a break, walk back down, catch your breath. Sprint 40 meters, take a break, walk back down, catch your breath. Do it 6 to 8 times, maybe 10 times, all right? And see how you feel. Play around with 6 one day, next week do 8, next week do 10, kind of see how you feel, play around with the distances. This is something that you can play around with and see how you feel. You may, at 40 meters, 40 yards, right, 40-yard dash, you may do 6 40-yard dashes with 1.5 minute to 2 minute rest in between each one. And 2 days later, because DOMS takes 2 days usually, you may wake up and not be able to move your legs. Like, holy crap, that is some muscle activation, right? And then that's probably a good spot for you to be right now, right? 6 to 8 sets, 40 meters, pushing as hard as you can. Maybe you do that for a month. And then maybe you kick it to 50 yards. Sorry, meters. I keep saying meters. Maybe you kick it to 50 yards and you do 6 again, right? Play around with it. See what's going. Maybe you shorten the time frame. So instead of waiting 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, maybe you wait a minute, right? So play around with it, see how that goes. There's no real wrong answer, guys. And this is one of the biggest things I hope you pick up from me is experimentation. Find what is going to help you get where you want to go is the right answer. Okay, the principles of behind why do you want to sprint, that comes into play in fitting that into all the other things you're doing. But how you figure out what's going to work best for you, play around with it. Because me as a coach, that's what I'm going to do, right? If I say, hey, we're going to start incorporating sprints into your program, the first thing we're going to do is start at a set of distance and reps and see how you react. How does your body feel the next couple of days? Are you able to recover? Can we do it again in 3 or 4 days, or do we need to wait a week because you're so sore you can barely move? Things like that, right? If you do it on Monday and then we're going to do some more sprints on Friday, and we do the exact same sets and reps, right, of sprints and distance and time in between and everything, but you perform worse, then that lets us know some things about potentially what you're doing throughout the week, how you responded to the first day of sprints, things like that. So there's a bunch of stuff that goes into it. You have to experiment. Okay. Hope that answers your question, Hyperclock 9. Let's see. Spirit Junkie says, you all are inspiring. Yes, that's what this is all about. You all are inspiring. We got any questions here on the Instagram? Let's see here. Let me close that one. All right. Sorry, YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to the Instagram now. Let's see what we got. All right. Mama Nana 95. Mama Nana. All right. 95. I started carnivore after being keto. I gained 10 pounds of what I had lost on keto. Help me. What am I doing wrong? I love this question. Okay. Couple things to understand. Number one, I don't know all the details about your specific situation, but I often see people say they gain weight on carnivore. You're probably balancing yourself out. You might have needed to gain weight. It's very possible that you have been under eating and you are now getting the nutrition that you need, and your body is adding mass because it's been undernourished. That is common. I see that a lot. Okay. I see that a lot. All right. I don't have specifics. I don't know if you are doing body composition tracking. That would be my next recommendation. Get something that you can measure your body composition. Okay. I use an in-body scale. That's what I recommend most people do. It's the most accurate and consistent you can get. But it will tell you, are you gaining muscle? Are you gaining fat? Is it just hydration? Is it what's going on in your body? You can really start learning about what your body is actually made of instead of just looking at a number that doesn't really tell you anything. Okay. That's the problem with the scale. The scale's not lying to you. It's just not telling you all the information. That's how much you weigh. Right. But is that fat? Is that muscle? Is that bone? What is it? What are you made of? And what's changing and what's not changing? So you really need to find a way to understand what that's all about. Okay. So just gaining weight doesn't necessarily mean things are going the wrong direction. All right. What I would do is I would recommend Mama Nana 95. Wow. So many M's and N's. Mama Nana 95. What I would do is I recommend is going to my YouTube channel. Okay. Go to YouTube and it's Coach Bronson or Coach_Bronson_keto. It's the same as my Instagram handle. Okay. And I have a video on there. Let me make sure I have this. Hold on. I believe it's called four ways to gauge your success that have nothing to do with your weight or something like that. Okay. And basically it is just me kind of going through some of the other things that you can look at that can help you know if you're making progress or not, that have nothing to do with how much you weigh. Okay. So take a look at that. Check out my YouTube channel for that. All right. All right. Let's see. Is that it on Instagram? That's it on Instagram. Keto Coach Vic, what's going on? Paige Fleming, how you doing? Kona Coffee and Sunshine. I love it. All right, let's go back to the YouTube and the Facebook. Let's see, we got any other questions? Spirit Junkie says, I can't believe the changes in flexibility I've had with the reduced inflammation. Absolutely. And that's the benefit, guys. The combining the movement, increase your mobility, reduce the inflammation, you recover faster, your body heals better, you can do more work, you can do more things, and you can progress the fitness more. So when you combine the fitness and the nutrition, you see it's like supercharging your progress in your journey. It's a whole nother level, guys. It's a whole nother level. Let's see, Spirit Junkie. I think if you use StreamYard, you can get all comments from your streaming platforms in one place with timestamps. Oh, Spirit Junkie's giving me help, giving me some tips. Thank you. I'll see if I can figure that out. Yeah, I can get it. The issue is I can't get Instagram on my StreamYard yet because Instagram has the capability, but they haven't released it to all people yet. So I'm not special enough to get the early access to be able to add Instagram to my StreamYard. It would make it much easier if I could do all of it in one place. That's why I got to have a camera up here and a camera down here. So let's see. Susie Underwood is asking, great question. We just talked about this really briefly, but we'll get into it a little bit more. Okay. Susie asks on YouTube, any tips for decreasing the time it takes to recover from an intense workout? Absolutely. Okay, here we go. You ready for this? Write this one down, Susie. Eat more protein. Don't eat more carbs. Eat a little more fat. Get more sleep. That's it. And always, it's almost always going to be in an answer somewhere, more electrolytes. Okay, that's really it. It's not that hard. Okay, the biggest thing, and then here's the thing that we don't talk about enough, and that is, what do you mean by intense workout? Okay, the stuff you do for recovery is super easy, right? Stop eating crap, reduce inflammation, eat more protein, eat more fat, don't eat carbs, and get more sleep, right? Hydrate with electrolytes, and you should be good. Your recovery is going to improve. It's going to improve, okay? Here's the thing. Are you working more than your body can handle? Are you overtraining? Are you pushing yourself too hard in each workout? What do you mean by intense? Okay. If you're doing a good, well-rounded functional program, okay, then you should not get beat up every single workout. Some workouts you should walk away from feeling better than you showed up. And that is a very important aspect that many people don't understand about fitness. Fitness is very broad. There are a lot of things that define what fitness is. Nowhere in the definition of fitness does it say kill yourself in the gym every single day. It doesn't. You don't need to do that in order to see progress and improve your health. Okay. If you are having an issue with recovering from workouts, it's very likely that you are doing too much in your workouts, or you are working out too much in general and you're not giving yourself enough rest. Okay. Growth, recovery, repair, metabolic improvement don't happen while you're working out. They happen when you're not working out. Okay. Understanding that there's the difference between catabolism and anabolism. Okay. Catabolic means your body is breaking down because you're trying to use things that your body needs. Anabolic means that your body is not working now and it gets to build. Okay. Anabolic doesn't happen while you're exercising. Anabolic happens while you're resting, while you're sleeping, while you're eating. Okay. So understanding that if you are always in a catabolic state, fight or flight, exercising all the time, doing 4 hours of cardio a day, whatever, I'm exaggerating, but I do have people that I work with that try to do 4 hours of cardio a day. It's crazy. Don't do that. Okay. If you are working out with the intent of losing fat, that's probably where the root of your problems are coming from. Okay. It's not about losing fat. It's about improving how your body works. And you don't have to kill yourself in order for that to happen. Okay. All right. Good question. If I just want Redmonds for electrolytes, how much frequency? I'm focusing primarily on food at the moment, slowly easing back into fitness. I'm definitely building my cellular machine. Yeah. Again, it doesn't really matter. Try to get in 3 to 5 grams a day of sodium at a minimum. Okay. If you're using Redmond Relight, then that would be 3 to 5 scoops or servings of Redmond Relight per day at a minimum. See how you feel. Okay. Plus whatever you're putting on your food, right? That's just bonus. Okay. If you want to weigh out the salt that you put in per day and make sure you're getting about 3 to 5 grams of sodium with whatever else comes in the Redmonds, because Redmonds has a bunch of great stuff in it, then go for that. And then you can kind of base from there. Okay. Just to give you an example, I currently am doing between 8 and 10. Okay. And that's slowly creeping up because I just started doing CrossFit again. So my energy expenditure is going up. My activity level is going up. So there are days where I've been 10 to 12. Okay. But I do a lot of electrolytes. All right. And you probably can too. Okay. Hope that answers your question, Spirit Junkie. Susie, you bet. No problem. That's what I'm here for. If you have any other questions, let me know. All right, guys, we have hit 42 minutes. That is my benchmark for we've been on long enough, and I don't feel like we have to stretch to get content and grow the conversation at all, right? You guys are asking good 3 to 5 grams. Okay, this is something I see a lot. Hold on. 3 to 5 grams, I'm definitely too low. Yes. If you're under 3 grams and you're probably too low, you probably should definitely pop it up, okay, and see how you feel. Again, you may be doing 2 grams and you go to 3 and you feel fantastic. If you feel fantastic at 3 and you feel like that's made a huge difference, then you don't have to go to 5, right? Just play around with it and kind of see what, if an increase helps at all. And if it does, how much you need. Okay. All right, guys, take it easy. We will see you next week. Don't forget to buy this book. Okay. The Ultimate Ketogenic Fitness Book. It is on Amazon. Okay. Subscribe to this channel. Number 1. Number 2, make sure you get this book, Ultimate Ketogenic Fitness Book. Go get it. Hopefully it helps. It's me, everything that I do, all the stuff we just talked about, right? My philosophies, my concepts, my methodologies, and how I train people in a book. So if you get the book, then you are essentially getting me in your home, and you don't have to pay thousands of dollars, because I will come to your home and actually spend time with you in your home, but it won't be cheap. All right. Take it easy, guys. See you next week.